I was watching a video of the president of Uganda, Yoweri Museveni. It's an old video, but it was packed with a lot of information that revealed exactly what is the cause of the problems in Africa. Why Africa is so poor despite being so very rich in minerals and human resources. And many of the things that came out corroborates what I have been saying about the activities of the IMF and the World Bank in Nigeria and indeed in Africa. But one thing struck me very, very seriously, and that is a terminology that the president of Uganda used. He called it a name that I found to be odd and strange. But when I thought about it, I found it to be very apt. When I heard what he said, I was moved with all that I knew about the IMF and the World Bank. I was moved and I cringed within me. Now, I will talk about what he called them, but before I do that, I want to say this to you. I know there are many of you out there who still argue that the Westerners are not to blame. The elite group of people in the US-led West, in Europe and America, even now including China, that they are not to blame but our leaders. And I agree with you that our leaders are to blame. But I want you to open your eyes and look beyond these leaders and look at what enables these leaders. Before the president of Uganda, Yoweri Museveni, said what he said, he talked about the influence of these Westerners. They just do not want Africa to be free. Now, what did he call these people? He called them, the people he was naming, they were not the Westerners, though. They are your fellow brothers and sisters, my fellow brothers and sisters in our country, but they are working against the interest of our country. When in the Bible, Jesus Christ said, "Not all who say unto me, Lord, Lord, will enter into the kingdom." In fact, it is very, very true. When it comes to the matter of Nigeria, it is not every Nigerian out there that you see that is working for the interest of Nigeria. No. In fact, it is not every Nigerian that you see out there when you go out to the market, to your place of work, to your church, to your mosques. It is not every Nigerian that you even marry or get married to that have the interest of Nigeria at heart. Yoweri Museveni, the president of Uganda, gave them one name. I will tell you the name now. He called them Neocolonial civil servants. Neocolonial civil servants. Not new as in N-E-W. New. N-E-O. Colonial civil servants. It means a new set of colonialists. But unfortunately, these neo-colonial civil servants are our own brothers and sisters that are working within our own civil service. They are in the ministries, they are in the departments, they are in the agencies. Neo-colonial civil servants. He complained about how those ones kept pushing him to adopt IMF policies. And for a while, he did their bidding. And as long as he did their bidding, which is the bidding of the IMF and the World Bank, his country and his country's fortunes went downhill until he realized the truth. The truth that you and I already know, that the IMF and the World Bank, they do not mean well for us. In fact, another African legislator have said it very correctly. The IMF and the World Bank, they can only succeed if we fail. There is no way they can succeed if we succeed. They can only succeed if we fail. So we already know that their intentions for us, they are not of good, they are of evil. They are not of prosperity. They don't want us to develop. They want us to continue to be dependent. So when Yoweri Museveni realized it, he took tough decision. He said he put his foot down. I'll advise you to watch the video. It's on my YouTube channel. It's a rather long video, so I can't post it here. Or perhaps I'll look for a way to break it down and also post it here, so that we can educate ourselves. And for those of us who already know, so we can remind ourselves about the evil machinations, the evil undercurrents of the IMF and the World Bank. And then he called them neocolonial civil servants. We have them amongst us. They are working in our civil service. They are working in the ministries. They are working in the departments. They are working in the agencies. Neocolonial civil servants. And I want to add, as you have neocolonial civil servants, you have neocolonial journalists, neocolonial business people, neocolonial analysts. They are the ones that flood mainstream media, feeding lies upon lies upon lies to the Nigerian public. People like Bismarck Rewani, they call them, renowned economists. But they are neocolonial economists. People who are Nigerians by name, but they are pushing the agenda of the IMF and the World Bank with every seriousness of that they know. Pushing privatization, pushing all manner. They come and they just conjure figures out of thin air, and we clap for them and call them experts. But no, they are pushing the agenda of the IMF and the World Bank, which is at variance with the interests of Nigeria. Neocolonial journalists, neocolonial analysts, neocolonial business people like Dangote, like Femi Otedola, neocolonial business people. They are Nigerians, but they are pushing the agenda of the IMF and the World Bank. Anybody who comes to tell you that government has no business in business is a neocolonialist. Is a Nigerian who is happy with being a slave just because they are getting a cut of the pie. They don't have a sense of national pride. They fail to realize, blinded by their greed and their own private pockets, to realize that at the end of the day, these Westerners, the global North, they just want to keep us underdeveloped and dependent on them. Neocolonialists. Beware of neocolonialists, Nigeria. They are the ones that will come and tell you, fellow Nigerians, they work amongst us, that there is fuel subsidy, that fuel subsidy is back. Pushing narratives. If you hear them now, I can count 3 or 4 of them, and they are across the mainstream media. They are on Arise, they are on channels, they are on TVC, pushing the narratives of the IMF and the World Bank that fuel subsidy is back. And then they take a step further to tell you that, we should be buying fuel at 1,300, 1,500 because the landing cost is this, the landing cost is that. All lies. Because they all know that the landing cost of PMS is $0. And if you convert $0 to 0 naira, it is still 0 naira. This chief financial officer of NNPC has come out to tell us that the NNPC does not pay anybody, no marketer, no oil, no refinery for a subsidy. That is just an arrangement. It's shortfall. They're supposed to make a profit of 1 billion, they make a profit of 500 million. That's shortfall, not subsidy. But these neocolonialists will not let us have truth. Beware of neocolonialists, Nigeria. They are among you.